Stop scrolling for a moment and imagine one set of photos creating surprise, curiosity, praise, and debate all at the same time. That is exactly what happened when rare images connected to Claudia Cardinale began circulating again. These pictures were not just about fashion or appearance. They became a much bigger conversation about image, confidence, choice, and how the public reacts to famous people. Claudia Cardinale is remembered as one of the most respected actresses of classic cinema. She became famous because of her acting talent, strong screen presence, and unforgettable style. During the golden era of film, she was one of those stars whose every appearance attracted attention. Before the internet existed, photographs in magazines and newspapers had enormous power. A single image could shape the way millions of people viewed a celebrity. That is why these photos created such a reaction. They showed a side of Claudia that was different from the elegant and carefully controlled image many fans were used to seeing. The images became a topic of discussion because they challenged expectations and showed a more confident and daring side of a well-known actress. At the time, fashion standards were very different. Public figures, especially women, were often expected to follow strict rules about how they presented themselves. A single photograph could create headlines, affect careers, and change how audiences viewed someone. Because of that, bold images like these felt much more controversial than they might today. Some people saw the photos as a symbol of confidence and freedom. They believed Claudia was making her own choices and showing that a woman could control her own image. Others reacted differently, feeling that such pictures did not match the serious actress they admired. The debate showed how strongly people connect their own expectations to celebrities. Many wondered why she agreed to appear in such images. Some believed it was a personal decision, while others thought it was part of the entertainment world's desire to create attention. The reality was likely more complicated. Public figures often make choices based on many factors, including art, career opportunities, personal expression, and the culture of the time. The media also played a major role in making the discussion bigger. Newspapers and magazines knew that curiosity attracts attention. When something feels unexpected, people want to know more. The way stories were presented often created even more interest because audiences wanted to understand the person behind the image. Fans had different opinions. Some praised Claudia's confidence and felt she was showing strength and independence. Others felt disappointed because they had created a certain image of her in their minds. This reaction revealed something interesting about fame. People often expect celebrities to remain exactly how they first discovered them, even though real people naturally change and grow. Over the years, the conversation around these photos changed. What once felt shocking became more connected to discussions about culture and personal choice. Younger generations often looked back and wondered why the images created such a strong reaction. This shows how society's views continue to evolve. The photos also raised a bigger question: who controls a person's public image? Should the audience decide what is acceptable, or should the individual have the final say over how they present themselves? Claudia Cardinale's story became part of that larger discussion about independence, expression, and the way women in the spotlight are judged. Even today, people continue to talk about these moments, not simply because of the pictures themselves, but because of what they represented. They captured a time when traditional ideas were being challenged and new attitudes were beginning to appear. It is also important to remember that Claudia Cardinale's career was much bigger than any single photograph. She worked in many important films, built a lasting legacy, and earned respect because of her performances. Images may create attention, but talent is what creates history. Stories like this remind us that celebrities are more than headlines. Behind every famous picture is a person with their own choices, experiences, and challenges. A photograph may capture one moment, but it can never explain an entire life. The lasting interest in Claudia Cardinale's photos comes from the story behind them, a story about fame, changing times, confidence, and how quickly society forms opinions. Sometimes the biggest conversations are not really about the image itself, but about what that image makes people think about.